branding for an actor is being good, not being known. Your brand is, whatever you did, was it any good?
One thing I love about this show with us, Sean, is, we're not always going to agree, but it's great. I'm a fan of Siskel and Ebert. That's all I knew growing up was Siskel and Ebert. 2 thumbs up. It's okay to have 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down.
Because I feel that people are much more willing to go to a movie they think is going to be mediocre than they are willing to go to a movie that they think is going to be good.
Okay, there's got to be something for me to laugh at. It wasn't nothing funny. There's got to be some action. When no action.
Well, hello. It's your host, Sarah Rosina of What's Your Take Media podcast, where we review and critique movies and TV shows, and I am joined by my illustrious, that's the adjective I'm using today, my illustrious co-host,
the good brother Sean Blackshear here with you.
There he is, the good brother. There he is. He brought it back this season now.
It almost almost sounded like you forgot what we do for a minute.
I know. I did, didn't I? I was unsure.
I was about to jump in, Sarah. We review movies. And
that's why you're my co-host. See, that's why you're my co-host.
Oh, okay.
You keep me in line.
There you go.
So if you're out there,
I love
yes. If you're out there, go ahead and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you get your podcast. You will see What's Your Take Media. We're on social media under What's Your Take Media. Go on to TikTok with us. We're TikToking and Instagramming and Facebooking too. I know Facebook's kind of taking a back seat to TikTok, but we're out there. And if you want to email us, maybe you want to be a guest on the show, go ahead and email us at whatsyourtakemedia@gmail.com. So, Sean, we got some exciting news for our guests. This is a fun episode.
Oh my God, this is overly exciting. I feel like a little schoolgirl. I'm so giddy.
Oh, okay, not a little schoolboy. Okay, that's okay. Pigtails and all, huh? Well, we have
all of it.
We have 2 guests. I just pictured that in my head. I'm sorry, I just saw it. That's hilarious.
With the full beard.
With the full beard. Oh, that's quite a sight to see. Yes, but we have 2 guests today. We have director James Kapner. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And then we have writer/actor Chris Baker on. And so they have a new film called The Estate. So if you guys want to say hi, say hi.
Hey, how's it going? This is James Kapner. Sarah, you did a great job. You pronounced it correctly.
Awesome.
Kudos to you. A lot of people say Kaplan if they have any experience with Jews. Mine's a little more left to center with Kapner, but this is the director saying hello to everybody, and thanks for having us on, Sean and Sarah.
Yes.
And hi, this is Chris. This is Chris Baker. I'm the writer and star of The Estate, and very happy to be here. And Sarah, I love your lashes. I know as you're blinking, I am like seduced. You're just transfixing me. I have a husband, but I don't know, maybe not for long. We'll see.
No, not the lashes. Ooh, I don't want to get anybody in trouble because of lashes, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I try to keep those flowing.
He has a way with the English language.
Yes, he does.
He didn't say your ashes were pretty.
Right.
He didn't say they were great looking. He said he is seduced.
Yeah, he did.
I love it. I'm using it on my wife as soon as I get home.
Are you? Okay.
That's all yours, John. That's all yours.
Thank you.
Goodness.
I appreciate that. I'll take it.
Awesome.
Love it. So, hey, if we can jump right on in here, Chris, while we got you talking, man, I have researched you for the past 2 weeks since we know we've been doing this, and I don't know how many times I didn't play Not Gonna Wait.
No way!
Yes.
I love Google. I love YouTube. I love YouTube wormholes that lead you to my pop star path from like 8-9 years ago. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my God. It is, and I think the prettier sight is, seeing me, a large black man, driving down, bumping your music, just down the road.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm doing it proudly. It's beautiful. People need to hear it.
Yes, it is a great song. I had no idea you had that gift as a singer. That's awesome.
I don't anymore. I think I don't know. Maybe I've smoked too many cigarettes or something over the years, but my voice has definitely taken a hit. But I'm very thankful that I recorded when I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Me too.
Daft Punk realness in that song. I'm very proud of it.
Awesome.
Did you guys see? Did you guys? But thank God you did, because did you guys hear the Easter egg in the movie? It's ducked into the movie for the real fans, like you, Sean.
Right.
It's in there.
No, I didn't. I was laughing so much at the movie. I might have to rewatch it.
Rewatch it. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear it. It's real low. It's coming from a car. It's it's the little diegetics. Very very low, like laid in there. But it's a real Easter egg for the real Baker fans.
Oh,
I put in decades of work.
Baker
I put in decades of work on this guy.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yes, it does. It does.
Right.
We're gonna do it. We accept that challenge, though. We accept it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let me ask, hey, James. So is it nerve wracking? I know since Chris is that's the right answer. But, was it nerve wracking kind of bringing his writing to life?
Well, we worked with each other, on a couple previous projects, and had a really good chemistry and a working relationship, and obviously with that, a really built-in trust factor between he and myself. So working with him wasn't really nerve-wracking. Actually, it was more the daunting task of making a feature film. Because we both come from the short form world. And we started making. I started making music videos, years back, and then and I've worked on music videos and web commercials and broadcast stuff and branded content and all different types of clients and brands and narrative stuff. Some of the stuff I'm most proud of is stuff that Chris and I worked on and he wrote, way back when. And then, we did a couple seasons of this show that Chris had written. And then we did the later seasons. Sort of started to become a bit of a mini movie in a way, right? And it was a serialized thing. So it started with episode 1, and I think we did 5 for the season 3, 5 episodes. And we stacked them all together, and we strung them out. It was on Funny or Die. We strung them out, I think, for our viewing experience, right? For some friends and family. And it was about 45 minutes long. So I think that it was this building block thing of, okay, we've done 45 minutes of a story. Now, if we can times it by 2, we'll have a feature film. So, it's really daunting to think about how to paint on such a bigger canvas, if you're really used to doing stuff. I mean, I've made stuff that's 6-second pre-roll ads for Twitter, but if you can kind of compartmentalize things in that way, I found it a lot easier for me. And so it was daunting, but, obviously it was something that I just needed to kind of see the day ahead of me and, obviously have a bunch of really great people around me in front of and behind the camera to keep everything going too.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. So how did you guys meet each other? So I've seen you've got, past of working together. How did you guys actually meet?
We met in 2015. I'd moved out here and I went on what is called a bunch of generals, which are general meetings with a whole bunch of my agent who has inspired me, obviously, But anyway, I was put in front of all of these people, like executives or whatever, and they were trying to figure out a way to use me or whatever because they'd seen, stuff I'd done or they saw an improv show of mine or whatever. And there was one guy who said, I can't help you yet. You have to go make some stuff. And I know these guys, they're in Santa Monica. They're very talented. Go meet them and just see what's out there. And so I said, okay, he was a very smart guy. He was a powerful guy. And so I took his word for it. And I had this meeting arranged. And I showed up early and I was parked in the car. And I was, in LA, everyone sits in their cars a lot. If you walk along the street, if you look inside all the parked cars, everyone is inside on their phone because they have nowhere to go or they're early or late or whatever. And so I was doing that, and I saw this guy kind of like hunched over, and he seemed very like the world had been put upon him. And I was like, it is this person. And then I walked inside when it was time for me to go in, and James was the guy that I met.
Okay.
And he had this quality. I don't know what it is. I'm gay, and and he's Jewish, and I think it's straight, and I don't think there shouldn't be a lot of crossover for us normally. But all of my friends growing up were Jewish and straight. I grew up in New York City, and I don't know, I just saw that like kinship with him. All my college roommates were, from that ilk or whatever, and I just saw this like I'd known him my whole life. And he directed me in these shorts that I had written and that became strung together a web series. And it was just already the best experience, and they turned out so well that everything we decided to embark on together since then just grew, and it got better and better. And then there was a moment about 2.5 years ago when we were like, we're ready to make a movie. Okay. And his our producer, his partner, the creative partner, Adam McCalca, kind of all sat in a cafe together, and they were like, go write the movie that you wish you would see in theaters. And that was something that, if you only had one movie to make, what would it be? And so I remember all these movies like Wild Things and Cruel Intentions and really fun, sexy, crazy, kind of wild movies from the 90s. And that's what I wrote. And they were gobsmacked and really surprised by it. There was a kind of like, there's kind of a, I don't know, there was a spirit about it that it's not really in the marketplace right now in terms of movies at all. Mm-hmm. So they got really excited, and so we were developing it together, and then we went about making it.
Okay, yes. So the dark comedy. Yeah, it made me think of, I didn't even think of Wild Things, but I thought of Death Becomes Her and American Psycho with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to commend you for kind of going against the grain, because, we've been in the age of superheroes for, what was it been, about 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
So since Avengers, so that's pretty much all you get. So I was like, ooh, this is opening us up to a new, back to the old days where you might see a movie for something else.
That's right.
So
I think it's nice. I don't need, right now it's, I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble. Well, I think the superhero movies are great, and they have a place, and they feel really big when you're watching the big screen. I think that there's room for all of these other stories. I really do. And the movies that I come back to the most are Devil Wears Prada, My Best Friend's
That's
Wedding,
my
Mean
favorite
Girls.
movie.
And these are all movies about real people. They're people talking. And like I love The Fugitive. I named my puppy after Harrison Ford in that movie.
Oh,
Dr.
wow.
Richard Campbell.
Okay.
These are movies that they're about real people in extraordinary situations. And great dialogue and a really moving plot where you don't know what's going to happen next, but you want to be along for the ride.
Yeah, and those Marvel movies they're so funny, and I guess we share a little bit of that with them. But the violence, it never feels real, and I think we strive to make sure that the violence felt real in our movie, and that was a little bit of a balance. That I think that was something that we hope is disarming in a good way to audiences. It's this fun movie, and it's bright and it's colorful, and everybody's funny. And these characters are kind of like watchable in that way. But when the violence happens on screen, we didn't want it to be comical. And so hopefully that's a different thing that you're getting that you're not getting from Marvel movies, right? I mean, that stuff feels, it doesn't feel as real maybe as something that could be affecting, in a different way.
Yeah. When there wasn't a snap that was gonna bring any of the characters back, I'm with you.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, that would be a big rewrite, Sean. You know, that would be a big rewrite. Maybe for the sequel, though.
That's right.
Hopefully it does really well. We'll do a snap.
You know, but it's funny that Sean said that because it's almost like my brain is trained for that. So it's like I'll watch a movie. Wait, you're dead? No, wait, you're really dead? Like it's final?
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
We should thank Marvel for that because I think that we get to be kind of surprising in that way. Like, no, they're really dead. Like, we don't need.
There's no other scene. They're gone. They're gone. I love it.
Yeah. There's quite some twists and turns in this film too. It's quite some twists and turns.
Oh my God! I could
Twisty,
usually
windy.
I could watch a movie and I could tell what's gonna happen. Usually by the first 20 minutes, and I'm telling you, from up to 20 minutes before the movie was off, I was still like, wait, who? No!
Thank you.
Oh man!
And thank you very much. Thank
Yes.
And we don't need a post-credit sequence to do that either.
That's right.
Oh yeah!
Leave it all in the film.
Leave it all in the film. I gotcha.
It's not gonna be the estate universe.
Uh-oh.
I talked to my business partner, Adam McCalco. You can direct all inquiries to him for future sequels.
Yeah.
Sequel, a prequel, something.
I got it.
A prequel.
Yeah, prequel.
I've been pushing for a prequel where Chris plays Marcello because it's not just me, but people on set talked about how uncanny the resemblance was between Chris and Eric Roberts.
I was gonna say that.
We don't need to do a de-aging Irishman thing where we get Eric to play it. Chris, already got a role baked in for it for you, and you can just play the rise of Marcello Visconini.
That was uncanny. I literally had to look. Like, wait, your name's not Roberts? Because, I know I'm familiar with Eric Roberts. I've been liking him since Best of the Best. I was like, is that Eric Roberts? Julia Roberts' older brother. I was like, okay,
That's
cool.
right.
Cool. Yeah, you guys do look a lot
I
alike.
think that when we were trying to find that role, James had the idea for Eric Roberts, and we didn't know if he would do it, but he sent me a photo of Eric in a Speedo.
Yeah.
And a photo of me from the 80s and a photo of me in a Speedo.
Okay.
And side by side, it's crazy. It really is.
Body type, probably height. Yeah. That was the Coca-Cola kid. He did a movie in Australia. And I was like watching Eric Roberts stuff, because I was thinking, I ran into him at a martial arts expo.
Oh wow.
Speaking of Best of the Best, because he's got a booth because of those movies. And so I left it and I said to Adam, I was with Adam, the producer, and I said, who does Eric Roberts look like? I was like, it's like a fitting image. Like, we got to get him from Marcello. So
that's awesome that you got him. That was awesome.
Serendipity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, was there any challenges with making the film? There's been so many films that's put on delay and things like that with the COVID and things like that.
We ran into COVID complications in post mainly.
Okay.
That was
finished the film. Guess when we finished the film? Yes.
What's that?
March of 2020.
Really? Like right before quarantine?
We finished post-production.
Wow.
And the credits and color and sound and everything in March of 2020. And we were hearing about all this stuff and we're like, I guess we're going to shut down for 2 weeks, but then we can keep on trucking. And God, we made those plans and God laughed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh man, but that's funny. That is funny. So here we are.
Wow.
So
Here we are.
You are okay. So this is premiering Friday, the 22nd.
Friday.
Oh, okay. So what is it going to look like? Red carpet. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh no, yeah, because of Delta, there's no premiere. We are going to be going to the theater, selling tickets, and then we're going to be doing a Q&A after one of the shows. It will be, just so your audience knows, it will be available everywhere on VOD: Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Roku, cable, DirecTV, wherever, if you have an internet connection, you will be able to buy or rent this film this Friday, October 22nd. It will also be in select theaters in New York, LA, Seattle, Dallas, I forget where in Florida, but there Georgia. There are a few select theaters that will be playing at as well. And you can look up on Fandango where you can find it. Overall, I love that app. I'm glad it's back. I'm glad I'm back on it. You know, that's nice. I had a long break. Break from Fandango. But yeah, everyone will be able to see this movie however they're able to, however they're comfortable seeing it.
That's awesome. I didn't hear St. Louis mentioned in, the
I don't
select
think it's
theaters,
in the loop.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
James and I are gonna get in the car right after we finish this, and we have the DVD of it. And if you guys have a projector, we're just
okay. Hey, Sean, you got one of those.
I do got one of those. See, look at that.
Hey, that's gonna work on out. So you're gonna drive,
right.
not gonna fly, huh? That's a long drive.
Yeah.
I just pictured that, and I was
we'll
like,
see the planes.
okay.
We'll see all different things.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What else? So do you all keep a relationship with the crew that you guys work with on this show for future projects?
Yeah, we like to stay busy. A lot of the people that worked on this, we'd worked with in the past, so we can continue, those working relationships.
Awesome.
A lot of the people we haven't seen because of COVID, that old COVID thing. But yeah, the producer we mentioned, Adam McCalco, my business partner, we also do a lot of projects, and everybody we've worked with on this thing, either if we worked with them prior or if this is the first time working with them, we loved everything they did and everybody was so great, but selfishly they were just really talented. So like if we want anything good, in the future, we just, we call these guys up, and everybody loved working on this thing and they all brought their A game to it. I think because they're all consummate professionals, but also because the project was just so fun, I mean, the script, from the first draft that Chris wrote was so fun and such a great sandbox for all these people to really bring everything that they wanted to do to a project. It was a kind of a dream for a lot of the key people involved, obviously from a costume perspective or production design perspective, all of the photography, everything, right? And I'm sure Chris can also speak to from an acting perspective as well. It was kind of it was a bit of a tightrope in terms of balancing the tone of the performances, but I mean, you were in front of the camera, Chris. You could speak to it. I'm sure it was a lot of fun to just step into these sets and work with all the people, that you were working off against.
It was the best. It was the greatest. It was the greatest experience of my life. I think that the best days or the best moments that I remember was actually when when Eliza and I were in a scene together, and we had to stop filming because Mike Simpson, our brilliant cinematographer, was behind the camera, and the camera was shaking because he was laughing so hard. And that's when you're doing your job. If the people, even on set, can feel how funny that is and how much fun that the audience is going to have when they're seeing it on screen.
Yeah.
You two together was so funny. I thought y'all were ad-libbing some things.
Right.
You couldn't have wrote that.
We definitely had those some things, but honestly, in between takes or the night before, if I was rewriting a scene, to make something work with something else that needed to change or whatever, she said anything I wrote down for her. And no matter how nasty it was, no matter how mean-spirited it was, she embraced this character so much. And it was such a joy because her line readings were always perfect. They were so lived in, and I learned so much from her because this is my first movie, but she's such a consummate professional, and she taught me so much, and is my comedic soulmate. I owe so much to her, and she really, to everyone also in the cast, they didn't know us. We'd never made a movie before. They had to believe in us and take a chance on us. And in this town, it is not. That is rare. No one wants to take a risk on anything, and everyone involved took a huge risk on us. And this movie is a big swing. It's crazy, and we had fight scenes and crazy dialogue and big twists and turns that really, we want to knock your jaw on the floor. And we wanted to make this movie as if it was the only movie we ever made. Okay. And that's why the costumes and the production design and everything, we went balls out. Really did.
Yeah, it was very, very
and
80s,
you succeeded.
80s-esque. I'm making up word. 80s-esque.
80s-esque, yeah.
Yes. So what's ahead for the two of you that you could talk about?
Yeah, I'll go first. Like I said, we try to really keep busy. Thankfully, things are ramping back up, due to COVID. So on top of a bunch of, kind of small projects to kind of keep us going and just to flex any creative muscles that we can and play in different disciplines and formats. Obviously, Chris and I and everybody involved, we made this amazing film that we couldn't be more excited about. And I got the bug, to do more films. And luckily, I'm actually in post-production on another film. It's a feature-length documentary. And I don't want to give away too much about it because it hasn't really been widely circulated or talked about, but it's really, really exciting. It's based on, it's a documentary. It's not based on, it's about the life of Brandon Lee with Bruce Lee's son and the star of The Crow and a bunch of other really fun movies that I loved growing up. And also his friend group in Hollywood and his young Hollywood running buddies in the late 80s and early 90s and how they've kind of continued on his memory, in the years since his passing. So it's a really beautiful film, and I think it's going to be a lot longer than The Estate. After we made The Estate, and I was like, this, we're working in a genre, sandbox, and things need to be a thrilling, full throttle roller coaster ride of, no less than 90 minutes. And I was fully convinced that this was going to be no less than that. And I think we have a rough cut now at about 3 hours. So it might be Tarantino length. I don't know.
Okay.
It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's like you
Zack Snyder.
You know everything until you don't know anything for the next project. But it's exciting, and who knows? After this thing gets released, I know Chris and I both are wanting to field any and all new opportunities that can arise. So
awesome.
We're excited.
Okay, and Chris, what's ahead for you?
I'm in pre-production right now on my next script that I'll be starring in as well. It's a wedding-themed romantic comedy.
Oh, rom-com. I love the rom-coms.
Love the rom-coms. It's another sort of, genre that kind of died, and but people still love him, and I'm going to try and bring him back. So, yeah.
Bring him on back. Bring him back.
On back.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, it was great having you guys with us. We really appreciate the time. We know time is precious. So out there, if you're listening to us, once again, you can subscribe to What's Your Take Media on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Send us an email at whatsyourtakemedia@gmail.com. And we're on social media under What's Your Take Media. Once again, thank you, James and Chris.
It's Friday when this comes out. Go see The Estate. It was fantastically phenomenal.
Well, no select cities. And rent it. You can rent it. Go to Prime. I'm big on Prime myself. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it'll be there. Look for the thumbnail. Look for that guy's face. Look for Baker's face.
Look for Baker's face.
There it goes.
Oh yeah, check out YouTube and check out some of those tunes that he's singing.
Hilarious.
Yes, you must go on there.
Music and him.
Yes, and Baker Daily. I'm just going to plug that in there.
Baker Daily was hilarious.
Baker Daily.
Guys, are you my publicist now? Maybe what's going on? This is great.
I can apply for the job and I can probably do it pretty good.
Yeah.
I am a fan.
Yes.
Thank you. It means so much to us that you guys watched the movie and gave us this time on your show. We really appreciate it.
Really great talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
All right, awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.